All right, so it is a beautiful day here in Pennsylvania. It is the 4th of July here in America, so happy 4th to everyone out there. So today we're gonna work on a little acacia tree. So let's go inside and do some work on this one. All right, so today we have one of my acacia trees. I got it in 2022, December of 2022 as a seed. It was part of a one of those bonsai seed packets. So I got this as a Christmas gift from my sister-in-law. And yeah, it's been growing well ever since. So I put this in the Lego pot probably about like a year and a half ago. And you know, it's growing well. It did really well last year. I had to do I think 1 or 2 really hard prunes on it. But I've noticed recently that the water isn't really soaking into the pot very well. It's just kind of like sitting up on top and not soaking in. And I really have to take my time to water this one just so I can see that the water is going through. It does go through, but it just takes a while. So what I want to do is I'm not going to do a full repot on it, but I'm going to do a bit of a slip pot on this into a bigger container, and I'll show you that. I'll show you that container that I put in a little bit. But to start off, what I want to do is I want to do a prune on it, because this thing, as you can see here, it is getting quite tall. I can't even fit it in the whole frame here. So yeah, we're going to do a prune on it, and then we're also going to do a slip pot on this. Now my goal for this is to actually have this be a penjing in a sense, and have it shaped into more of like an African landscape. I have this little elephant here that I want to put in the display here and have this as a penjing. So we'll go into more details in a little bit, but for now, let's just do a little prune on this thing. All right, so the first thing I want to do is I'm going to do a rough prune on this. So I'm just going to rough prune it somewhere around here. So we'll just prune it there for now. Actually, let's do it up here, just to be safe. Did I completely miss? I did. Ha! There we go. All right. That is about half of the size of the tree. And maybe we'll save this as a cutting too. Maybe give it away to some friends or family. And I'm just gonna snip off some of these little branches here. And maybe we'll try this in 2 different cuttings. One here. So this will be the first one. Oops. There's one. This is all trash. And then this will be our second cutting. And it does come up and split into 2, but we're just going to focus on the one for now. And we'll snip this off, that. And we'll just leave this little bit here. So there we go, we got 2 cuttings here. So I'm gonna put these in some soil off screen. All right, so if we examine this tree a little bit, we have the root base down here, and we have this little section of the root that I think whenever I take it out, well, I'm going to take it out today, but I'm going to do a repot on this in the future. This will probably come off, and we'll continue the root base and trunk to come up here, but we're not going to do any root pruning today. But we have the trunk come up, and then we have 1, 2, 3 branches coming off of there. And I think I'm going to have this stay as going from 1 to 3, because the style I'm going for on this one will be kind of like one of those classic acacia trees you'd see in the landscapes of Africa. I'll see if I can put some reference photos up here to kind of give you an example of what I'm going for. Kind of that very slender trunk, kind of that half moon style top. And the pot that I'm going to be putting this eventually in will give us a little bit more room. Unfortunately, I do love this Lego pot, but I don't think this is the right tree to have in this pot, so we're going to reserve it for another day. And I was actually surprised. This Lego pot held up very well. Um, it didn't really leak through the cracks here as much as I, thought it would. And I didn't glue this together. This is all just, I probably could even take this off here. Oh, no, it's on there pretty tight, but I didn't glue this. It's just there together naturally. So if I really wanted to take the Lego pot apart, I could. But yeah, the trunk goes from 1 to 3, and we're gonna keep that. And I think this part right here, this branch that comes up, that is our leader right now. I think there's not a whole lot of taper that goes from here to here, as opposed to these two branches. So I think I want to reduce this one back a little bit. And I was thinking of cutting it back to here, to this branch here. So everything here up, we're gonna cut off. Kind of a big cut, but I think it'll be worth it. So let's do this. All right, so here we go. Pretty big cut here. And I'm gonna leave a little room for dieback, just a little bit. Maybe I shouldn't. We'll cut it around here. There we go. All right, that is looking much more compact there. So big cut right there. But I think it'll help in the future. So we have now we have these 3 smaller branches coming out. And next up, I want to tackle this branch back here. And this will probably make a good cutting as well. So I'll snip this back and put it with the other cuttings. Well, I'm looking at this actually again, and I'm noticing I cut this back really close there. Hopefully it'll be okay. Either way, so we have this coming up here. We took care of that branch. I'm going to leave this be. I'm just going to let it grow long. Well, you know what? Actually, maybe I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm going to prune it back to here, just cutting a little bit off. And while we're here, I see this little bit here that's dead. Yeah, that's dead. Is this little bit dead too? Yeah, that's dead. Is this whole branch dead? Yeah, this whole part is dead here, so we're going to cut that off to here. And I may cut this back actually to right here. And now this big one up here. So this comes up, and then we see a branch pop out this way and extend pretty long. We definitely don't need that, so I'm going to at least cut it back to here. And part of me wants to cut this back even more to, well, I'm going to cut it at least back to here. Part of me wants to cut it back to here, but then we only have that one extension coming out. But we're so early in the growth of this tree maybe we do. Maybe we cut it back. I think I'm going to cut this off here. And I might just leave it there at the moment. So yeah, we got this thing down pretty compact, but I think it'll bounce back super quick. So yeah, let's get it out of this Lego pot and into a bigger container. All right, so the pot we're going to be using is this. I don't even know what this is technically. Yeah, some type of big dish, maybe for like a turkey or something. But I got this at Goodwill. It was labeled $6.99, but I actually got it half off. So what's that, $3.50? So I got this for $3.50, and I drilled some holes in the bottom here with a diamond tip bit, and worked fantastic. So yeah, we're going to put this acacia in here, and we're going to use our little our little elephant's gonna probably be right on the edge, right about here maybe. So yeah, maybe have this guy off to the side a little bit, maybe somewhere here, something like that. Maybe we'll play around with it, but first things first is to get this thing out of the soil. So let's do it. All right, here we go. I'm just gonna gently kind of feel, see how it, if we can get this thing out, because I can't exactly, well, yeah, actually that's pretty pliable. Look at that. This might not be as bad as I thought. Famous last words, right? It's coming. Alrighty. Look at that. Oh, this is fun. You don't see that pattern that often. Oh, that's funny. Look at that. All right. So I'm going to be kind of gentle with this because I don't really want to disturb the roots too much, but the Lego pot held up really well. So I'm going to dump that back in there. See, this is really dry, and I even watered it this morning, so that's that tells you something. So we'll set the Lego pot to the side, and looking at the level here, it's not too bad. I want to get the drainage screen out from the bottom. Comes out super easy. And let me put I'll reuse this drainage screen here. I think I have another one right around here. So we'll use that there. And yeah, I'm not going to do anything with the roots. I'm just going to leave everything as is. So we'll mess with this maybe in the spring. I don't know if it's good to do a repot on an acacia this time of year. What do you guys think? Let me know. Would you repot this? It is a tropical, so would you repot this in the summer? Is it safe to do it? Is this the best time to do it? Maybe I'm not 100% sure. So let me know. Let me know what you think. To anybody else out there that has dealt with an acacia. Should I repot it now, or should I do it in the spring? But for today, we're doing a slip pot. So the position for this, I almost want it like the elephant is going to, you know, he's going to be eating some of the leaves off of the tree. So maybe positioned off to the side over here for now. Maybe here. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm just going to throw a little soil underneath. You know, I think I want to shift this over just a little bit more. All right, I think that'll do it. So let's get some water on this. Before I water this, man, this is actually looking pretty cool. I cut this down pretty hard, but the scale of this elephant will work pretty well. And what did I get this thing for? What did I got? Oh, $4.99. I guess I can take this off now. So, and I'm just realizing I forgot to take the sticker off the bottom of this pot, but oh well, I'll get that on the repot next time, or maybe it'll decompose underneath there. It's just paper. But pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to see what this one will look like, you know, in even just a couple years. So yeah, let's get some water on here. There we go. We got some good drainage down there. Excellent. All right, so I think that will do it for our little acacia trim and slip pot. I'm super excited for this one. Maybe at some point I'll put some type of maybe like sand moss variation on here. Maybe just moss. Probably a bit of sand to give that dusty African safari type of vibe. Cool. I'm very happy with this. So yeah, we'll take a look at this in a couple months and see what our elephant and acacia look like. So yeah, that is it for today. Thanks for watching.